Hey, Be Joyful. Hey, I want to give you a heads up on this coming Sunday's message. We're going to wrap up our series on that we're calling Disruption, that's on the prophets and sort of looking into their lives, seeing what was going on, the hard things that were happening that God was speaking through them to the people about, and how did they handle that? How did they follow God in such tough scenarios? And what can we apply from their lives to ours? What do we learn from them? Well, Malachi is the guy we're going to study, and he is the last writer in the Hebrew Scripture. And he's a guy who adequately sums up, I think, a lot of the things that the prophets did. He was somebody who spoke about the need to return to the Lord. People had walked away, followed other gods, all kinds of different things, which we'll see in the book. But he also, he was a person who spoke about future things to happen prophetically in the somewhat near future, and then out into a longer term future. And then the third thing he did was that he spoke about the Messiah. He gave really specific prophecy about what the Messiah would look like and what he would do, how he would arrive. So he has those things. But one other thing he has that I think is really important and I admire a lot is that he was obedient. And regardless of the response that he got, regardless of the difficulty of things that he had to say, like other prophets, he was faithful to do it. People don't want to hear it when they're being called out, but the prophets did that over and over, and a lot of times their reward was just danger, situations that were stressful for them, and I appreciate that obedience. Look at Malachi 1:1 with me. It says this: "This is the oracle of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi." That's all we know about Malachi. We just know the era that he lived in. We know the things that he was speaking into, but we don't know anything about him. There's no big gravestone, no big sort of long-term reward for Malachi and who he was and what he did, just his words. And so I wonder if we could just spend a little bit of time thinking about that as we move into a study of him this weekend. If you want to, it might be wise to read through Malachi. We're going to focus specifically on chapter 3, so take a close look at that. You might look at some of the things that God was calling out to them to change and see how that resonates with today. Yeah, let's do that. We'll see you Sunday. All right, bye-bye.